What if I told you that someone could see everything happening on a phone, messages, calls, even activity in real time, without ever touching the device, installing an app, or leaving a single trace? Sounds impossible, right? But ethical hackers understand patterns, behaviors, and overlook digital gaps that most people never even think about. And today, you're about to see exactly how this world works, but not in the way you expect. Before we go any further, quick disclaimer. This video is strictly for educational purposes only. We do not encourage, support, or advise anyone to use this information to invade someone's privacy or break the law. The goal here is awareness, because the more you understand how things could happen, the better you can protect yourself. Now, here's the part most people miss. When people think about hacking a phone, they imagine installing spyware or physically accessing the device. But that's outdated thinking. The real leverage doesn't come from the phone itself. It comes from everything connected to it. Think about it for a second. How many accounts are linked to a single phone? Social media, cloud storage, email, messaging platforms, backups, location services. It's an entire ecosystem. Ethical hackers don't chase the phone, they analyze the ecosystem. Let me ask you something. How many apps are currently logged into your phone right now? Drop a number in the comments. Most people underestimate this, and that's where the first gap begins. Now here's where things get interesting. Instead of forcing access, ethical hackers study behavioral patterns. Things like login habits, password reuse tendencies, and public exposure. Not by breaking in, but by observing what's already available. And if you're thinking, okay, but how does that turn into access? That's exactly the question you should be asking. Because the answer isn't a single trick. It's a chain of small, almost invisible steps. By the way, if you're finding this eye-opening already, hit that like button. It helps push this kind of awareness to more people. And don't forget to subscribe to Fastest Fix, because we break down concepts most channels won't even touch. Back to it. Another overlooked factor is synchronization. Modern devices are constantly syncing data across platforms. Phones, tablets, laptops, even smart devices. Ethical hackers understand that sometimes the weakest point isn't the phone, it's the other device connected to the same account. So instead of targeting what's obvious, they look for indirect pathways. Think of it like a locked door, but instead of picking the lock, you check if a window was left open somewhere else. Now here's something most people don't realize. People themselves are often the biggest vulnerability, not because they're careless, but because systems are designed for convenience, not security. Have you ever clicked "Remember Me" on a login? Or stayed logged into an account on multiple devices? Be honest. Drop a yes or no in the comments. This is important, because those small habits create access points that don't look like access points. And this is exactly why ethical hackers focus more on entry opportunities rather than forced entry. They map connections, not just devices. At this point, you might be wondering, so is anyone actually safe? And the answer is yes, but only if you understand what to look for. This is also where having the right guidance matters. You'll find links in the comments and video description to experts, tools, and resources that can help you understand and secure your situation properly. Now let's go deeper. Another key concept is indirect visibility. Sometimes access doesn't mean controlling a device. It means observing outputs, notifications, backups, mirrored data, synced logs. These can reveal more than people think. Ethical hackers don't always enter. Sometimes they just position themselves where information flows. Think about that for a second. It's not about breaking in. It's about being in the right place when data moves. If that just changed the way you think about security, share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Seriously, most people have no idea how this works. And here's the twist. Even though all of this sounds powerful, ethical hackers operate under strict guidelines. The purpose is not exploitation, it's protection, testing, and strengthening systems. Because once you understand how something can be done, you can start closing the gaps. So instead of asking how do hackers access phones, the better question is, what am I exposing without realizing it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know what surprised you the most so far. And remember, if you need deeper insight, those resources linked below can point you in the right direction safely and legally. At the end of the day, the biggest takeaway isn't a trick or a method, it's awareness. Because in today's world, the real vulnerability isn't your device. It's what you don't know about how everything connects. Subscribe to Fastest Fix for more breakdowns like this, and stay one step ahead.